Hello and welcome to this tutorial video covering the basics of Microsoft Excel for the individuals with little to no experience with the software. The version of Excel you have, whether Mac or PC, should not matter within the context of this video, though Mac users may have a slightly different layout of some tools. For reference purposes, I am using Microsoft Excel 2013 on a PC. In terms of video content, we will go over the basic layout of the window, some really great resources in case you wish to look deeper into certain tools, basics, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and exponents, and functions, sum, average, count, as well as other useful tips and tools. Getting into the layout of Excel, at the very top you see your file name. It's great to save your work as you progress. Below that there are numerous tabs for different options. This will become more important as you advance your skills with Excel. Home's a great place to start though. It has some familiarity if you've worked with Microsoft Word before. Other things might still seem new. This functions bar here, we will get to in this video shortly, and of course the main sheets of Excel. The columns run alphabetically and the rows run numerically. At the bottom there are multiple sheets that you can create. There is a plus button here if you wish to add a sheet, and the nice thing is you can rearrange them if you like. There are two main resources that will help as you learn, one being the cursor itself. If you hover over certain options, you'll see a description of what the tool is and sometimes what the hotkeys are. Copy and paste are pretty common ones. However, there are other options, for example this Tell Me More. If I select this, it will bring up the Excel help, which can also be found in this question mark here. Now this search bar lets me say search a function. If we go with sum, we can see it brings up a description of what it is, what it does, and also provides some examples. Each cell is generally formatted to take text. We could write hello, we could write 10 plus 5. Now you'll notice the cell didn't actually calculate what 10 plus 5 is because we didn't tell it to. To do that, we have to put the equal sign in front. So we want this cell to equal 10 plus 5. Now, it does give us 15. Notice the function bar shows us the content of what makes that calculation. Now this works for subtraction, division, multiplication, and I'll do that now. We can also do this by preserving the original cells. Let me show you. We can do equals and then select the cell. Notice we get A8, which refer to the columns and rows, and then plus B8, hit enter, and we get our answer. This applies to, of course, all other tools. And if you really want to get fancy, we can do a power. Check this out. 10 to the power 5. It's a big number. To create more complex equations, we're required to use brackets. I'll show you here. And this is called cell referencing. I did this before, but now we can do it in a more complex manner. And with this, we can then divide by, let's go with 2. Excellent. So I'm going to change sheets now. I've gone ahead and created an example. Suppose I'm a property owner and I've gone to measure the length and width of each property. Through this, we can get the area. And we can use our cell referencing tool to do this. Now I could do that individually for each property, but there is a tool we can use called the fill handle that will do it for us. See how the cursor right now is a white sort of plus? If we take it in the corner here, it becomes a black plus. I can select that and drag down, and it will take that same calculation and apply it in each row and make our job a lot easier. Now that we have the area of each property, we can sum all of these properties using our first function. So if we again start with the equal and type in sum, this function allows us to select the components that we wish to summarize. So we have to introduce the brackets again and then select which cells we wish to summarize. Again, close bracket, and that gives us a total area of land I own in my 5 properties. I'm going to switch sheets again to a different example. Suppose we collected sample speeds of vehicles traveling on University Avenue. What we can do actually under the car count here is, with the fill handle, a different tool of it is filling in things like that. It also works with odds, evens, and different spacings of numbers, which is really great to help you speed up the process. And for practice sake, we can convert the speed in kilometers per hour into meters per second. With our cell referencing and dividing by 3.6, we get our answer here. And of course, we can fill in the rest. Now we can explore a few different functions. A good one here would be averaging the speed of our sample vehicles. Just like with sum, we begin to type, but this time we do average. We have the opening bracket, and we select the items we want to include in our average. Close bracket. Excellent. Another nice one is count. So I know here we know how many vehicles we've sampled, but if you have a long run of them, instead of counting them manually, you can do this. Begin with count. We have our open bracket. Select which cells we wish to count. Close the bracket. Now we know we have 11. The last tool I'll be showing you is the sort filter. Say if we wanted to arrange the vehicles here from slowest to fastest, we can select the vehicles and the car count, go over to sort and filter and select smallest to largest, and Excel rearranges it for us. Notice that the speed in meters per second also followed suit. So that's the end of this tutorial. To recap, we've gone over a bit of the layout of Excel through the basics of addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, the functions sum, average, count, and the sort tool, and of course a few little tips here and there to help. Thanks for watching.